Hi, this is Richard Bigford again. I'm got Yoda and Papa Smurf this time. Just want to talk. I talked a little bit about books, collecting books for my museum. I don't know, I just wanted to talk to people, and how important it is to that books are. This computer age mumbo jumbo type stuff that's out there. Computers are good and all this stuff, but if the electricity fails you, what do you got? You don't got nothing but a piece of scrap metal. If you can't have electricity, scrap metal, But if you got a book, you don't need electricity. Just need a little bit of daylight and you can read a book. But one thing I like to do is I like to write. I guess I've realized over the last few years how much I like to write. And part of that is I can't spell worth a darn. I can't. I can't. But I can write. I just write. I mean, I can spell halfway decent. I mean, it ain't too terrible, but there's times where I'll spell witch, like W-I-T-C-H, and that's not the witch I was meaning. That witch is like the witch that flies around with a broom. And I wanted that W-H-I-C-H, witch. I believe that's right. If not, I told you I wasn't a good speller. Anyways, I've been writing in my journals for the better part. Well, let's see. As you said, I'm 60 years old this year, and I've been writing since I was about 15, off and on. That really can't count too much because when you first start writing, you don't know what to write. You're not really into it too much. You're kind of, I'm right. So today you might write. Maybe next week you might write. Maybe next month you might write. And then you just, until you get in that habit. And it says, it takes 7 days to create a habit. So if you write for 7 or 8 days, you'll probably create, or at least a week, you'll probably create that habit of writing every day. And I had that habit. I had the habit of writing every day for probably going on maybe 30 years, 20 years at least. And I have acquired over 100 journals. I lost count. It's over 100. And I got most of them in Michigan and with my storage, with my games, which I'm longing to get back as soon as I get a house. And maybe I'll share some of my writings from my journals when that happens. But this is my journal that I'm writing in now. And as you can see, I've got that much of it written in. And actually I've gotten, let's see. Let me see here. I'm looking. I got about that much that I've wrote in the back of the book. That's really not, see, I write most of my journal stuff here, the days, activities, I might have went, like, I got to write in my journal, I got to write it today or tomorrow. I went to the temple yesterday, Thursday, and you know, to pray and to ponder and to think about things, you know, just to, that type of thing. Just try to get closer to God, you know, and I've been, a lot of things going on in my mind, you know, with work and everything else, you know, and just a lot of different things, you know, and I finished writing my 5th book. So you don't know that I wrote 3 books. I'm on my 5th book. I've actually, yeah, I just finished my 4th book. It's in the process of getting edited, and maybe I'll be published by the end of this year. But I've written them, and so see back here, I'm on my phone a lot, probably too much, and I find myself doing too much. But I find things that I don't know about, you know, recipes or something. I don't know. Here's a couple of samples of some stuff. You know, homemade dressing, how to make a homemade dressing real easy, you know. Olive oil, honey, mustard, vinegar, and that's it. Poof, you got a mayonnaise, you know. Healthy stuff that I find on the internet, you know, healthy recipes. Pickled cabbage, how to make it. You know, just meatloaf, recipe for meatloaf I found on my phone that looked good. I copied it down. Dandelion bread. Just little things like that I thought were kind of neat that I found on my phone, and I wrote them down. Then when I get done with this journal I've bought not too long ago. This will take its place. This is a nice one. I try to buy a fairly good one. Some of my journals aren't, but most of them are bound, you know, decent. You know, this one has different Bible quotes. Yeah, it has little quotes down at the bottom, different things at the bottom of it. You know, I thought were neat. So that'd be my next one. And so yeah, I just encourage people to write things down for your posterity's sake. Maybe there's something in there that'll help your children with some of the problems they have in life. I hope it in some way helps my children and those that are here after me. I don't know how long none of us know how long we're going to live here on earth. And that's my way of leaving something behind for those that want to know something more about me and these videos. If there's electricity, people will know a little bit more about me just through these videos. And I'm grateful to have the opportunity to share some of my experiences and the things that I do in my life. So, yep, books are important, and yeah, I hope, you know, do yourself a favor, write some things down, because our minds will forget over time. And I'm getting that age where, yeah, things start to slip once in a while, and you just can't remember. Okay, until next time, see ya.